welcome to our podcast. That's where I'm going to start it. And here we go. I'm Alan, and we have two buddies here. We like to talk about all sorts of nerd things, like movies and games and whatnot. But let's introduce the other dudes here. We got ourselves a Tomas.
I'm a very rare style of Pokemon. I am water type.
Exactly. He's popped out of the again, and then look out of the way. There's a Kyle.
Is that a giant reference? Is that look, get out of the way? Yes, I'm very tall. Hi, thank you for.
Exactly. Perfect. You know exactly where I was going with this. But yes, we're here to talk about some stuff. But we got a lot of things to talk about that, including a lot of Loki today. So it's going to be really fun. But before we begin, why don't we find out where you can yell at us for us liking or disliking whatever you like or dislike? Where can they do that, Kyle?
Yeah, if you want to do any of those things, Alan said, hit us up at nerdbackstory@gmail.com or go to Twitter at nerd_BS. You'll find the Discord there, and we're on YouTube under the same name. And Alan has a Twitter. He likes to post. I have a Twitter too. I don't really use it for much, but Alan has a Twitter at Scod Matrix. So find us at any of those places. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, do all that. But we're really excited. We finished. There's a lot of Marvel going on for me personally. A lot of Marvel. Man, it feels like Marvel's everywhere. You guys getting drowned out by Marvel yet? I'm actually enjoying the swimming in this fun stuff.
It is a little much, I will admit. I'm not complaining, but it is a lot to keep up with. I still haven't seen Black Widow.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of it. My fiance, she was talking to her mom yesterday, I believe, and her mom had just seen Black Widow, and she was like, "Yeah, but I feel like I missed something," and she doesn't have Disney Plus. And my fiance was like, "Yeah, you need to see these other things."
Yeah, man.
No, what? Yeah, and I'm enjoying this into the Marvel universe right now, and I did see Black Widow. I talked about last time, and Loki and everything else. I've been like loving it a lot. I mean, I just got a new car, actually. So,
wow! You're gonna slide that in there, huh?
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty excited about it. But what I was getting at was I'm like getting a vanity license plate. I already ordered it, like the Black Widow symbol and everything.
Oh yeah.
For reals? This is a real thing?
For reals. Yeah, it's a white card. I love that Black Widow suit, the new one that's in like all the posters. Like it's been my background since it came out, and I haven't got rid of it. So I just got the symbol for my car because it's all white, and so I thought it would be fun to look at.
I would have pictured
that's cool.
I would have pictured you as, and this shouldn't really spoiler anything because he's in the previews, but I would have pictured you more as a Red Guardian type of.
Oh yeah, I love Red Guardian as well. He's great in that movie as well. But
let me ask you a question though before we move on.
Up?
How mini is the new van that you got? Is it? It's a minivan, right? You got the minivan. Come on.
Of course, I got a minivan. How else am I gonna do my road trips? Yeah, exactly.
They are nice. I know. I'm trying to joke with you, but those things are super convenient, especially if you got kids.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
But really, what'd you get? What kind of car?
I got a. Yeah, I know. I think I told Tomas randomly because he texted me the day when I was getting it. Because I was running late for D&D actually because of it, but it's a Mitsubishi Outlander Sport.
Okay,
it's like a 2020, yeah, 2020. So
it is. It's like the upgraded minivan. It's a little bit
basically.
More sporty. Yeah, dude, trust me. I have the Nissan Rogue. It's a minivan that's like a little bit lifted. So, yeah. It doesn't have the back seat, so I guess. The minivan has to have the 3 rows.
The 3 rows, man.
Yeah, you gotta have.
Yeah, I don't got the 3 rows. I only got the 2. I got the 2 rows, but I'm loving having a car that's dependable. That's where I'm at right now.
That's good, man. That's awesome.
But anyways, but back to Marvel and all the more nerdy stuff. We're not a car cast. I thought that might be a good idea. Either way, we all watched a show
We did.
called Loki, and we talked about it a little bit last week. I think Kyle only watched it last time. I think I got one episode in, and we were all in the dark. But now we've all seen it. We've all seen the end. We all know how it goes.
I'm curious.
What did you think at the end, Kyle? Yeah, it's your start because you're the one that was pumping this one.
Fair enough. I'm curious to hear your guys' reactions, and just so anyone listening knows, we will do spoilers, but at the end of the episode. Right now, we're just going to talk about kind of our initial reactions. So no spoilers until the end, and then we're just going to go all out. But I'm curious to hear your guys' reaction because you guys kind of binge watched them, I feel like, and watched them closer together. And I did it week by week. Like I watched them every week as they're coming out. And I will just say this: the ending was a little underwhelming, and we can get to that later. Why it was.
I definitely agree with you. It kind of got spoiled for me because I was trying to keep up with it like I have with the shows in the past. But I just kept getting busy, and so I wasn't able to. We binged it all until the last episode, and then we had to wait for the last one. And then that one still took us like a week to watch, so I was like late on that one, and I didn't see it until I was like scrolling through Twitter like a fool because I completely forgot.
Yeah, man, it almost got me. I was checking deals. I was checking video game deals, and it almost got me.
Fortunately, it wasn't like anything major. It was just like a picture of the last character you were introduced to in the show. And so I was like, who the heck is that? Why does it say Loki? And so I was just more like, crap, I probably should watch this show.
Yeah.
What about you, Tomas? I think you're the one that came last.
Yeah.
On this Loki train.
I definitely, I had intended to binge it because I did come last. But I ended up watching it over a space of a couple days. And at first, man, I was not stoked about it. I'll be honest. At first, I was really just, I don't know. I like Owen Wilson fine, but I feel like by the second episode, I was just kind of done with him telling me things. Like I didn't want him to tell me anything anymore. It was just him too. I was fine with anyone else, but when he started talking, I was like, eh.
Yeah, he was definitely like the main source of information for a big chunk of it. I mean, I didn't bother me, but I could see how if you didn't like him as much as others, it would be annoying. Yeah, he definitely has his own way to talk, and if you don't like that,
he has his own style and flair. And like I said, for the most part, in movies and stuff, I've never actually really had a problem with it, but for some reason it was just and it might have been because I was kind of trying to binge it. Like I said, I was doing several right in a row. You know what I mean? But like, like it wasn't enough to make me stop watching it either. So don't get me wrong. Like, but definitely, I want to say it was pretty much when him and the other bad guy go off together. I was kind of like hooked at that point. I was like, oh, this is starting to get crazy. And by the end of it, I was kind of like, so what's the next? Oh yeah, that's the finale. Dang it.
Yeah.
I
can
see that.
Yeah, that was the underwhelming part to me too. Was like, oh, it felt like it. Maybe
it felt like it should have kept going. It felt like it should have kept going. Like
it left you leaving wondering too much. There's nothing wrong with the cliffhanger in between seasons, but it was just too much for me to be like, I don't care. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm not gonna wait. Well, I mean, obviously I have to wait, but I just don't.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
That's kind of how I felt as well. I was like into it, and then I think definitely the last episode. I just kind of like I kind of fell off in my hype. I was more like getting through to the end just to finish it at that point. And that was one thing. Like if I was to, and so I definitely my interest fade pretty quickly in this show in that sense, and that's I think it's probably my least favorite out of the three shows so far. Yeah, is what. If I was going to rate it in these three shows, I would probably put it lower just because I think both Falcon and Wanda were more tied in the sense I enjoyed them both almost equally in different ways.
Mhm.
Whereas this one, while I enjoyed it, it didn't come up to par with those two,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys. What do you guys feel compared to the other ones?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I felt like it surprisingly, Alan. I feel like you described it really well, and sorry, that was really, you got to edit that, Kyle, because that surprisingly just makes me sound really condescending. But Alan, you're right in that it was explained really well. In that, to me, Loki was very much entertainment. Like, it was fun. At the very last episode, I actually got invested, and it got kind of upsetting to me that there was nothing to continue afterwards.
Okay. Could see that.
You
Yeah,
know,
this is Loki still you're talking
yeah,
about?
so
Yeah.
Loki, I was very much, oh, this is fun, but I'm not invested. Falcon, I was invested as soon as the new Captain America went AWOL. I was
Mhm.
with Wanda, I was invested as soon as the little mysteries started appearing with like the helicopter and stuff. With Loki, I was never really invested until the very end, you know. Like, so I would agree with you, Alan, that I don't feel like this one was quite as strong as the others in terms of grabbing me. But it was still just entertaining, if that makes any sense. It was fun to watch, but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, it was.
Still enjoyed
So
it. Yeah.
this one was like, I mean, WandaVision was, I don't know, Outer Limits, I
Mhm.
guess, and an homage to a bunch of different decades of TV shows.
Mhm.
It just came out with a bang, right? It was the first one, and then you had the spy version of, just like what would it be like to be the grinding it out superhero with
Mhm.
with Falcon and Winter Soldier? Like, oh, this is the nitty gritty of being a superhero,
Yeah.
and that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. And then this one was, to me, was the like X-Files
Mhm.
version of
Yeah, I can
a
see
Marvel
that. Yeah.
show, and so
Mhm.
definitely slower paced. But the other two shows wrapped up,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and also
Yeah.
left enough to be like, cool, I can't wait to see what happens next season with the new Captain America,
Mm.
or I can't see where
Yeah,
Wanda goes
I
with
think that's
this.
because both of them lead to movies, right? Because both those are leading to movies, whereas this one's the
Really,
season. Is that right?
in my personal opinion, I thought it might
So I
be
didn't mean to
the
cut you
other.
off, Kyle. Sorry.
Oh,
No, the only thing I was going to say on to add to Loki was that I think the character development, and it goes to what you were saying, Alan, is that they did a way better, like just focusing on Loki in this one,
mhm.
Uh-huh.
and just him
Oh, okay. I
growing
see
and
what you're saying.
changing as a character. The other one that had,
Yeah, yeah.
you had Wanda and you had Vision,
Mhm.
and then you had
Mhm.
the doppelganger Vision, and it's like, whoa, okay, that's a lot happening in there. And and then you brought in, what's her face, the
Agatha.
scientist.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and you
the
brought in
scientist.
Agatha,
Yeah.
sure, but yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on there, but this, like, Loki was like, this is about Loki and, no spoilers, but Loki,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right too. Like, it's definitely like shot it into just another season,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
See, actually, I had forgotten that there was going to be a second season of Loki, because when I watched it and saw it, I was like, oh, you know what this is set up for? This is set up for Strange and the Infinite Madness, or the Infinite.
Yeah, do you think, right?
Yeah, that's what I instantly thought. I had forgotten that there was going to be a second season. That's why I thought this one ended that way, because I was like, oh, they're going to answer everything in Strange. Like,
And I think we can get more in depth about that with the spoilers, but I see
Yeah.
what you're getting at, though. With
All
that,
right.
that's a
Well,
good
we'll
point.
definitely have to talk more. Yeah, we'll have to talk more about Loki when we get to the spoilers part, because I think we've already gotten a little close as it is.
yeah.
So we'll move on to video games for now. I don't think we have anything else to talk this week, so we'll go into video games, which is I'll start it. I've been actually wanting to talk about this for a while, because I know we've talked about it a couple times on this show. Marvel's Avengers, yay! Spider-Man's not there yet though, so don't.
Oh, not even an update on Spider-Man.
He's next, I think, after Black Panther. So this is Marvel's Avengers, Black Panther, Wakanda. What is it? Wakanda War or War on Wakanda? It's one or the other. War for There we go. There's a cool trailer I put in there for you guys, but it's the first expansion. So we had some updates. I went back recently and went through Hawkeye, which was good, but really quick. But yeah, so why I say that is the one before that was Kate Bishop, which is a bit longer. This one is supposed to be, and I've heard on multiple articles, from 7 to 10 hours in length. So this is actually a large expansion.
That is a good expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a big chunk, and it's completely free if you own the game, which is really positive.
Oh, really?
Just real quick question: is it only Black Panther that we're getting with such a big expansion?
Yes, we're only getting Black Panther. Yes.
Okay.
It's only Black Panther, and then the next hero we're supposed to get is Spider-Man. But they've already said that Spider-Man is not going to be that big of a deal. He's going to be a character, and there may be something small with him.
Yeah.
But really, it's just to introduce him for the PlayStation audience since they're the only one getting a hold of him. So they're not. It's not going to be like a huge story or anything.
They're only Sony's getting him. I thought it was
only
getting
Sony.
Him first.
As far as I know, only Sony's getting them.
Okay.
That may change. I don't know, but as far as I know, at this moment, only Sony's getting them. So, we'll see.
All right, thanks, Sony. I mean, I have it on PlayStation, but it's kind of like, okay, we're still doing that stuff.
Yeah, I can understand the annoyance of it, but I have a PlayStation, so. It doesn't bother me too much.
I know. I get it, and I think getting it first is is how it should be, right? Like Sony gets it first, and then 6 months later, it's open to everybody. That I understand.
Yeah,
but keeping it exclusive to me, that's like we're still doing that in this day and age. Like I don't think we need to do that anymore. So
I agree with you. I don't like, even though it doesn't bother me as much because at least we're getting it when we don't get something like this. And I do feel for people who play on those consoles or on PC that they don't get access to. I mean, it's the biggest hero in the Marvel universe as far as I know. I think that's the biggest is Spider-Man. I don't think there's anybody that's like bigger as one character as far as I know. But yeah, still. So it's frustrating, but anyways, I've been playing it a lot, and I've been really enjoying it. And actually, it's still pretty popping community. I get into parties pretty quickly. So, I'm hoping to get you guys rope you back in, but we'll see.
I will. I probably should if I want to keep up with all this stuff.
I'm surprised you didn't get back for Hawkeye because I know as far as I understood, you like Hawkeye,
and not that much.
Not that much.
I like Black Panther more.
Maybe you just like him in the hero clicks. I know you like him.
Oh gosh, his hero clicks are amazing. Yeah, that's very different. Like his range is phenomenal. But yeah, that's a different story. Right. Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, it's still pretty cool, and so we'll see how that is. It looks fun. I would watch the trailer. The trailer is really cool. They really did it very cinematically. It's going to be an interesting portrayal into Black Panther. So I'm excited for some more heavy Marvel Avengers stuff. But with Kyle earlier, we talked about our Discord, and during when this thing popped up, we actually had quite a discussion about the Steam Deck, which from those who don't remember, Steam has come out with a couple little peripherals. They came out with a controller. They were doing this Steam box for a while, which was like the computer system, but that didn't really catch on. And now we're getting the Steam Deck, which is essentially like I guess a Switch, right? It's like a powerful Switch PC.
Like a Switch. It looks like the Switch for sure. Like there's no doubt about it. Except that you can't detach the controllers, as far as I know.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of my biggest concerns about it because I've had Joy-Con drift on my Switch, and I can't imagine. That's one of the reasons why I never got a Switch Lite. Was because I was too afraid that if I purchased one and I got drift, well, you got to send the whole console in to get fixed.
Right.
So that was an issue. But I don't know. Have you guys looked at this at all? I know Kyle has a little bit. I have it. It's Steam based, but you can modify it to use Windows and.
I've mainly seen jokes about it on both sides of the fence. I saw your joke, Alan, which was great, but my fiance also showed me a joke going from the other side of the fence where I guess like the people who are excited for it are saying like, oh, like they put up the new Switch and being like, so where's the extra memory? Where's the extra graphics and stuff like that?
Oh, they're like comparing it to the
Yeah.
OLED screen switches. Yeah, okay.
And then like it shows a picture underneath it of Switch being like, guess we'll do it.
Yeah, so that is the joke that because Nintendo never came out with their Switch Pro or Super Switch or whatever you want to call it. We got this OLED, which we talked about last time, so check out our last cast. But now we're getting the Steam Deck, which is basically everything that people wanted from the Switch Pro or Plus, but now it's actually a more powerful console with like touchpad, back buttons, and really for anybody who plays PC, the price point is not too bad. I mean, to get a gaming PC, you're going to be spending much more than this price point, and not have the convenience of this thing. And this thing you can plug into your TV like you can the Switch almost, and use it as a computer, like with a mouse and keyboard.
I'm almost curious though how hot it's going to get in your hands.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's a good question, but I mean, come on, you'd think R&D would work on that, right?
Yeah, but I'm just seeing that right now because I know my computer, man, it gets hot, and I would not want that in my hands.
Yeah, if you've played powerful games on the Switch as well, the Switch can warm up. With with more powerful games. So I understand the concern, and that might be an issue. I mean, but for $400 for a pretty okay gaming PC, I mean that's a good deal.
I mean, it's
just for that alone.
I will be honest with you, it has me tempted because I know Age of Empires is coming out with a new game here soon, and I haven't played Age of Empires in so long because I haven't had a Microsoft computer, and I'm like, oh man, I could just buy this and I could just play Age of Empires.
Dude, I'm with you. I want one because for the first, I mean, I have never been a PC gamer at all. It's just I shouldn't say never. I dabbled in it and it was just too much. But I always see like, you know, there's some PC exclusive games out there. The performance is usually, if not always, better.
Yeah, and most indie games, and I know we like indie games a lot. Most indie games not only start on PC, but usually end up being cheaper, much quicker on PC. So if you like those style of games as well, this would be perfect for that.
I see all the deals on it, right? Like all the Steam deals too. They have fantastic prices, but I never get to partake. And the fact that it is catering to the Switch people, right? Like I love the Switch. I do have one big complaint, and I'll get to that in my soapbox. So,
all right.
But like, yeah, I want one. I think it looks sleek. I think it looks really cool. Everything you guys listed, plugging into the TVs, like everything you want, right? And just to make it streamlined, like this is a gaming handheld.
Yeah.
But you can get the PC games, right? It's like yes, fantastic.
Yes, definitely. It's very much a solid introduction. One of the most reasonable introductions PC gaming that there is because it's affordable and it seems relatively simple, and they've created a whole new UI for it and everything. But you guys want to say anything else about this, or
is it a Switch killer? Good, right? No, it won't kill the Switch. No. The Switch has already run it's too good already.
Yeah, and they don't have the Nintendo exclusives. Nintendo really caters to that system, and so Valve doesn't make games at all. So you're just playing games on PC.
Well, and the library on the Switch is insane already.
It is pretty phenomenal.
It's crazy. So
the Steam library is pretty big as well. It's much bigger than the Switch library. I mean, there's a lot more trash as well. A lot more trash.
Yes, I'm not arguing that, but all I'm saying is that there's no way it could kill the Switch because there's too many people have it, too many games to get available on it, and it's great. So, but I think it'll hold its own. I think it'll do well.
I think we'll definitely be
and
better than
whether
Stadia.
yeah, and whether or not it's good or not, it's still not Nintendo, and that's where most people think that right there just gives you,
Yeah.
I want a Nintendo.
Yeah,
So, like you said, not
very
a Switch
true.
killer, but still very cool
Yeah.
hardware.
But I
Very
think it,
cool.
yeah, like why can't it live coexist,
Yeah,
right?
right?
Oh,
Why can't
it
it?
can, yeah.
Yeah, I think it will. I hope it does. I'm
Yeah, so
excited.
do I.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
Awesome. And so, anyways, we got another one on here. I don't even know what it is, but Kyle put it on here. So we got Shibuya, and I'm probably butchering that title. Shibuya
No.
Scramble.
Oh, that's
So what do you got, Kyle? What is this?
So this is a well, it might be on PC too, but I got it on PS4. It's hard to find a physical copy, so I was up in the air about getting it. So I bought it digitally a while back. It was on sale like a while ago, and I finally found some time this past week to play some video games. So I mentioned last time I started Mass Effect. That game is slower than molasses to get going, man. It takes forever.
It's
forgot.
a heavy RPG, yeah.
And you don't have a lightsaber like in KOTOR, right?
No.
So it's not as like, I'm not as willing to just wander around and slice people. So I started. I put a good couple hours into Mass Effect before I just was like, okay, I've talked to every person in town. When do I go to get to shoot people? And then I died, right? Then I walked into a bar and they killed me. I was like, okay, I got to move on. It's just so slow. So then I moved on to Immortals Phoenix Rising. Well,
All right.
like Tomas, Phoenix.
Yeah,
Rising,
the Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix Rising. Yeah, don't forget about the Phoenix.
Because I got that for dirt cheap on GameFly. I think I got it for like $10.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there was that Groupon promotion. I think I sent it on Discord. Anyways, I was like, I've been wanting it. I got it for cheap. That's more my pace. It's a what?
Going, sorry.
Oh yeah.
I just finally saw pictures for it.
Yeah. I told you you had to see the pictures. I'll get to it though. So
Okay.
Immortals Phoenix Rising is Breath of the Wild, which, by the way, Tomas, you should just play Breath of the Wild if you haven't. Like it's a clone, and Breath of the Wild beats it hands down. But it's fun, right? That's more my pace, but still just was like, didn't grab me. And so I finally I saw that Shibuya Scramble on my downloads, and it was ready to go. So I popped it on, and it is a visual novel made by the same people that make Danganronpa, the one I've mentioned before in this cast, the Trigger, Happy Havoc, and all that. But this one is live action photographs and videos of people. So you're playing a visual novel with real actors, and you're trying to solve this mystery. And yeah, I wish we could show some pictures here of it because Alan's looking at the link.
Look it up. So just to give a little behind the scenes here, we have a little outline, and I have a link here, and Kyle put a link on there so I could click on it. All it leads me to is a PlayStation page. It just has one picture just put all over the place. That's it. There's nothing else to show what it is. I had to Google it to see what the heck was going on.
Oh yeah, I sent you to the buy it page,
the store page. Yeah, I was like, what is going on here?
It gives you the outline on that page.
I was looking for pictures.
Oh, I see. But yeah, so if you Google the pictures, it is very confusing.
I like
but
it.
It's very comical. It also has a lot of dark stuff in it. But it balances it well, right? Like, so you choose these different characters in it, and you go through their story until you get stuck, or you get the bad ending, they call it. So then you have to go to the next character, and you interact with the other character that you just played. So then it unlocks a new path in their story, right? And so you go through all these characters, and it definitely hooks me, man. Like I was playing till 1 a.m. I was like, oh, I gotta know what happens. I gotta see what happens, and it is so much fun. It is all reading, and so if that's not your thing, then
it's all reading. They don't do the voice for you or anything.
No voices. I wish they did, but no, it's all reading. But it's very clever writing. It's very fun, but also very intriguing if you're into like mysteries and thrillers. I didn't know I'd be into these games, but I really like these games. And so it's actually called 428 Shibuya Scramble is the complete title. It goes on sale every once in a while. Pick it up on PS4. It's great. It's fantastic. So that's what I
It'd be a
played
good
this
Switch
week.
title because of those visual novels seem like they'd be better on Switch just for the just because it's probably
Yeah,
easiest to hold in your hand or
it.
whatever, like a
I
book.
think you're absolutely right. I think it would be, but this company I think had a lot of Sony exclusives, and we're finally getting the Danganronpas over on Switch though. So maybe there's hope.
Yeah, I saw Danganronpa. Yeah, that's right. Or maybe a Steam Deck game.
Yes.
Either way.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That-
It's perfect for handheld. I wish I was, but
yeah. But anyways, that sounds awesome. Well, go check it out. I think it's the name multiple times, but
yes.
check it out. But we don't. Well, I mean, for tabletop games this week, we're gonna move into that real quick. I figured we could just play a game of Monopoly, together on the podcast. Just
in the middle of it.
the whole game. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have any tabletop games, so we're gonna move on.
You hear us lose. Well, this is the last episode then, because
I'm
just friendship over.
Burn it down on the way out.
I think there's gonna be some cursing and some swearing and definitely.
Man. Oh, I saw one of those skins that I think I took a picture of it. Oh, I don't want to exit out of the app though and find it. I'll post it, but it was like a pretty out there like Monopoly skin. And so I forgot to post it, but I think I will.
Definitely have to check out our Discord for that one.
Go to the Discord. Yeah. Yes, that's how we get you over there. Go to Discord.
Do end of the week because we actually do have something in there this week. And back to Kyle. I think he's got a little game he's been playing.
Yes, I like I said, I got some game time this week. Probably not wise because we're in the middle of moving all of our office stuff, and no. I planned it right because we're having a baby in 5 weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I think this is the only gaming time I'm going to have for a while.
Yeah.
So
that time up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing a game called Blasphemous on the Nintendo Switch. It's on multiple things, PS4 and you get it on PC as well. But it is a 2D side-scrolling hack and slash that has heavy emphasis on like old religious themes, hence the name Blasphemous, right? And it's a lot to do with like the guilt and the penance and all that really heady stuff. But I have a little story behind it. It was only a limited run game for a long time. They published it years ago, and it was like $100 to get it, the physical copy of it. And I was like, man, I really wanted to play. It's got great reviews. And so I finally, like several months ago, bought it and paid. I think I got it for a little bit cheaper than $100, but more than anyone really should pay for a Switch game. So I got it and I popped it in, and just I didn't have time to play it really at all. But then like the next week, after I got this game, they announced, "Oh, hey, whoever developed the game for PC said we're gonna distribute it through Best Buy, and you can buy it for $35."
Oh wow!
I was like, "Wow, okay, why did I just pay all this?" So I sold my other copy almost immediately for for the price I got it for, and then pre-ordered this copy, and I finally got it, and it's like it's the deluxe edition, so I get all the artwork and the blah blah blah, all that fun stuff that comes with it. But it is super fun, and it's dark though, and it is a little bit gory. I would recommend it to Tomas because it's more like a Souls-like difficulty, but it is definitely like old school graphics, which I know you hate. Or I don't know if you hate, but it's not your thing.
It depends. Yeah, it's hard for me to get into the older ones.
So yeah, it's side scrolling and it has old school graphics, but it's done really well. And I think it's done by Team 17, or at least it's published by Team 17. I wish I'd brought the case over here, but Blasphemous, it's an older game by now, I guess, by our standards, but it's a good one.
The developer is the Game Kitchen.
There you go.
I'm on the Steam page right now. The Game Kitchen, and then publisher Team 17, like you said.
Team
It looks
17.
interesting. I've seen this before on the Switch. It goes on sale digitally quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
if you're
I've thought about it.
if you're a digital gamer,
Yeah.
it's worth. Yeah, if you getting it for cheap, I think it's definitely worth it. I just wanted the physical copy.
You want the physical one, which it looks like a beautiful. I love the pixel art style. I've always been a fan of that style. And it definitely has a Castlevania like theme looking
yes.
experience. Is it a Metroidvania? I'm getting a Metroidvania vibe.
Yeah, I just don't like using that word. I think we've talked about this before.
The word is terrible, but that's pretty much describes it, though.
I mean, so yeah, it would fall under that category, right? But with its own unique flair to the genre.
Yeah, that looks interesting. But I know one of the things when I've never picked it up just because of when I ever look into it, it's always every hard game now is always called Souls-like, and so every time I see Souls-like, I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna play it, and I just move on.
See, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's like it's a Souls-like, but it's also a side scroller. So it's like, what is the rules now? Why are we? It is also. That's why I was trying to. That's how I described it, as a side scrolling hack and slash, but it's very difficult, almost like Dark Souls difficult. Which if the game is done well and the controls are fair, I like it.
Yeah.
If the controls are not fair, then it's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, Hollow Knight, I was really enjoying, but I never finished, and that was another one that's but they also call it a Souls-like. And that game has like amazing graphics and sound. Like I use the music for D&D, so it actually bums me out that I actually stopped playing it because I really was enjoying it, but it just got too hard and I just got frustrated. And I walk away when it gets frustrated. I'm like, nah, I'll play something else.
Good for you. That's what I respect that. Like why get frustrated over something that's supposed to be fun? I respect
exactly. That. That's just where I go though. I know Tomas he likes to work out when he plays games.
Yeah, I like to sweat.
He hates himself. That's what I've understood.
I will not. I will share that there's been several times playing Dark Souls, especially number 2, where I have just yelled like just at the screen, just cursed it but then kept going, of course, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to keep going at that point or quit. I mean, it's either walk away forever or you finish it.
Yeah. Actually, I still think about going back to Hollow Knight though. I may do it one day.
That's
and try to get through it. I love it. There was a lot of really good stuff about it, but I'm not going to steal your indie of the week. So another indie.
No, I actually would like to talk about. I haven't played it. It's supposed to be one of the better ones ever. But here's the thing. I think it does look good. And I'm sure the music's good too. I don't like the way it looks, if that makes sense. Like I think I think it looks
Nightmare
good.
Before Christmas, right? It's like a Nightmare Before Christmas, but like mixed with it's a very heavy bug theme. So it's all like they're like bugs. Is the idea.
It's the same with Ori and the Will of the Wisps and that.
Yeah, I haven't played that one, but yeah, I've heard of it.
That it's the way they both look. They're almost similar. I can't get into them. It doesn't draw me in. It's something, almost like how Tomas is just the old pixelated graphics, sort of like, no, thank you. To me,
I love it.
That's cool though. I think you should beat it.
Yeah, they gave it away on PS4 a little while ago, and I already have it on Switch. But maybe I'll give it a shot on the DualSense controller and see if I can get a little further in it.
That'll help out. Maybe.
I don't know. Or a fresh start. But anyways, we're gonna move on to our soapboxes at this point. We have a couple soapboxes here. Number one, I think Tomas is a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. He wants to talk about Halloween Town. Tomas, what do you think about Halloween Town? What was your deal with that? That was a good time to call to him because I think is he there?
He's here.
There he is. Did you hear me?
About that. Yeah, I'm back. I didn't hear you though. What did you say?
We're doing soapboxes.
Yeah, we're doing soapboxes, and I wanted you to discuss your soapbox. Something about you're a big Night Before Christmas fan, and you want to talk about Halloween Town, something that I didn't understand what you were trying
This
to get
is
at.
Halloween.
So I gotta shake off all this craziness that I'm hearing right now, because I'm about to drop some great knowledge on all you comic book fans out there. So all you people that love Batman and grew up loving Batman like I did, The Long Halloween is coming out on video. It is a 2-parter.
Video, huh?
Yes, the first part is already out. The
VCR?
Yeah, well, no DVD.
VHS?
Oh my word! All right. So, anyways, yeah, I've been alive for a while. All right. So
Same here, man. I have a VCR.
I would love. No, I probably wouldn't. I would probably hate to watch something as a VHS
No,
nowadays.
it's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
not worth
terrible.
it. I threw away. Yeah, I threw away a whole box of VHS tapes like a couple months ago that I had in my shed, and I was
They're
like,
terrible.
"Why do I have these?"
But
anyways, go ahead.
Even standard DVDs are still
Yeah.
Yeah, those
oof.
are rough now as well. Agreed.
Mhm. But anyways, so the first part to The Long Halloween is already out. It came out, I believe, earlier this month. I want to say like on the 9th or maybe even earlier than that. But the second part comes out, I think, on the 29th. And so they'll be out together on the 29th. I am planning on buying it because I don't know about you guys, but I read The Long Halloween, the graphic novel, and it has some of the most iconic artwork, number one, and number two, it's not written by Frank Miller or anything. I think it's I want to say it's Lowe, something like Bob Lowe or something like, I don't know. But it's along the same
It was written by Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb.
I thought you were a
No.
Batman fan.
He was on the right track.
Yeah.
He had like half the name.
I had half of it.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, it's very much like a Frank Miller style graphic novel. I don't know if you guys have read The Dark Knight Returns, or as I said earlier, Batman Returns. But
yeah, of course.
The Dark Knight Returns is a great dual part graphic novel by Frank Miller, and The Long Halloween was equally as iconic. And so I am so excited for this. Like, you have no idea. I've just been pacing, waiting for July to finish so I could go out and buy it. Like,
what is this? What is the VHS rated?
I believe it's rated PG-13, but I actually don't have the ability to look right now.
Because they've been having some of those animated films have been coming out or have been rated R.
Yeah. I don't believe that the Hush one was the Hush one rated R. I can't remember. I don't know if you guys have seen.
I haven't seen the Hush one yet, but you know which one stunk? Just on a side note, was the stupid Ninja Turtles one.
Really?
I watched
Really?
it.
I never watched it.
I watched it, and I was I hated it.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely not the best animated one, but I liked it.
Yeah, that's fine. I had such low expectations, and I don't know what happened. But
I've never read it, so I'm interested in watching it.
How come it's not coming out on Halloween?
Oh, I don't know.
I guess it's just before Halloween. It's a couple months before, right?
I don't know. I did tell Imogen. I said I felt like that was a bad move on their part, but I was just so excited to finally have it that I didn't care.
Fair enough. Yeah. I think by the time people hear about it, it might be Halloween.
I guess it didn't merit a theater release, though. But I guess maybe at this time it's not worth it for them.
Do the animated ones get theater releases?
Yes. The last one did. The Killing Joke got a theater release because I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, that one made true. The Killing Joke did. Yes, it did.
I didn't know that.
But I don't believe the Hush one did. The new Hush one that came out did.
It's PG-13. It says part 1, so does that mean there's going to be a sequel?
So the second
that's what he's talking about.
Comes out, I believe, on the 29th of July.
Oh, Sorry, I thought you said I misheard you. I thought you
okay.
said you were waiting for this one, and then when I looked it up, it was the first one. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I guess if the second one comes out, maybe I'll have to watch them both or something. But
Yeah.
I'm so far behind in Batman movies that I don't even know anymore. I'll
They
just watch Batman Returns again.
pumping them out
It's all I really need.
for sure.
But anyways, all right. Kyle, you got stupid Switch. What's so stupid about it?
Okay, so it kind of goes along with what we talked about with the Steam Deck, but we've talked about the new Switch coming out, the OLED screen version with all the whatever. Not even it doesn't even have all the bells and whistles. It has a couple bells, no whistles. But
Yeah.
I was expecting it because it's not that big of an upgrade. I was expecting it to have a nice normal release where everybody could be normal and you could go to the store and buy one or go online and buy one and it wouldn't be a big deal. But no, everybody's got to be and this is a bigger thing, right? It started with the Switch though. Just everyone's buying all this stuff up
Yeah.
and they're sold out. And I anticipate it'll be easier to get than the PS5 eventually because the only reason they're selling out is that people are hope that they're going to resell them, right?
Yeah.
Or they're just going to store it. And I actually play my Switch quite a bit. I think the Switch is the best console ever. Like we don't need anything else because it's just the best idea, right? I can put it on my TV and I can take it to go. That's great. I wanted the upgraded screen. I wanted to be able to plug it directly into the landline and play on the internet. And so not being able to even pre-order one is just kind of frustrating me. And I went to a GameStop and I asked, they're like, "Oh, those are gone. Like those, all the pre-orders are sold out." And I was like, "All right, forget it. If I find one, I find one, but I'm not doing this game. I'm really not. I've even tried to get the PS5 a couple times just for fun, and it's like this isn't even. It isn't fun. I don't know why I said just for fun.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's annoying, and
Yeah.
I'm just I'm over it. If I find one, because I want the white controller one, the white Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Man, I know this isn't happening, but I wish a scalper or some scalpers were listening to this. The PS5 to scalp the PS5 was such a dumb move. Eventually, PlayStation is going to put enough into market that no one's going to buy your stupid scalped PS5, and then you're gonna have to pay for storage, and you're gonna have 6 or 8 of these stupid things just hanging around in your dumb house.
Here's the real soapbox.
Anyways, I'm done.
Here's Tomas's real soapbox.
Well,
at this, I think eventually you're right, but at launch, financially, it was a smart move at launch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but on my Twitter feed, I saw a couple of the people I was following tell me specifically that there was actually quite a few PS5s found at Costco. So apparently Costco has been hoarding them and not putting them online and selling them in stores.
Freaking Costco.
Oh, they're sold out, by the way. They're already gone now.
They're
but
gone now.
but they said they had
oh boy.
Shelves. So that's just a weird side note because you guys are talking about it. But I guess we'll move on to my.
Okay. I was just gonna say they've sold so many now, right? Like who like obviously there's there's those of us that don't have one, but according to the numbers, everyone that wants one should have one, but it ain't. So you're right, Tomas. Like these scalpers, you're just sitting on them at this point, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people are paying those prices anymore.
I don't think they are either. Yeah. I think the people that really wanted to pay those prices did. And now the people that don't want to pay those prices are perfectly willing to sit. And so,
if you waited this long, right? Why not?
Yeah, what's the point? Yeah, I understand. I get that. I got one, but it was not easy.
Yeah,
so,
you gave us a count, and that sounds awful. Yeah. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to do it either. But the PS5 is a really nice system. So I will say I'll leave with that.
Yeah, I believe it is, and I definitely still want one. It's just I don't want to play that game.
Yeah, I get it. Well, anyways, we'll move into mine. We'll get closer to Marvel because we got to get to these Loki spoilers. But I just want to talk a little bit about Black Widow. Like I said earlier, how it's been kicking around in my head. I gave a review last time, and it was a warm review. I don't think it was like praising it, but I thought it was a good movie. But afterwards, I just been thinking about it all the time, and I keep wanting to watch it again. And so I got the premiere.
Oh,
Thanks, yeah, thanks for
you
my
did.
sister-in-law Rachel who watches. So shout out to her. But I got the premiere, and I've been watching it on my phone here and there as well. And I really like that movie. It is. It just keeps every time I've been watching it. When I have a little bit of free time, I'm just watching chunks of it, which I never do with movies. This is like the first time I'm like watching just chunks, just because, just like continuing the movie as I go through my day or whenever I
Mm-hmm.
have a couple minutes. But I was just movies that get better is what was my initial topic. Have you guys ever experienced that? Like a movie you saw and you kind of felt, or it was pretty good, but whatever. It's another one of these movies or whatever. But then for some reason, it just like hooks you and you keep thinking about it and you keep thinking about it and you start thinking about reading the comics or you start wanting to look into the more lore or things like that about the whole situation. Any experiences like that?
I think there's definitely movies, at least for me, that make me go, "Oh, this is interesting." Like the first Underworld, I was
Yeah.
completely enthralled with that. The next few, not so much, but the first one, I was like, "Wow, this is a cool concept. This is something that I want to see more of." You know, um, it was kind of the same way for something more recent, like with the new Castlevania on Netflix. I really got into it. I was like, this is really cool. This is an interesting take, an interesting play on Dracula, Uh, and so there are every now and then a few things that I will. Avatar is the Last Airbender is another thing that I will watch over and over again because I think it's a
Oh, that
very
M.
novel idea.
M.
Not the
Night
movie.
Shyamalan
Not the
movie. Yeah.
movie.
No,
No, no,
no.
no, no,
I
no,
heard.
no, no, no. Hold up, hold up. But so yeah, Alan, there are a few things for me that do it. Tend to find that I am more attracted to TV shows than movies when it comes to that. Like I'll watch a TV show over and over. A movie, I watch it here and there, but not over and over. Like,
Yeah, I have one that perfectly fits what you're saying, Alan, and it was the first Hellboy movie with Ron Perlman. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay." It was, because I had never heard of Hellboy before that. Excuse me, I didn't know who that character was, but I watched it. I was like, "This was pretty fun." And then I even had a buddy who I didn't think was into comics at all or anything, and he saw it and he's like, "Oh yeah, that movie's pretty cool. I liked it. He like fought the Nazis and like the whole storyline was pretty cool." I was like, "You're right. I should go back and watch that again." And that launched me. Like when I went back to it, it launched me into becoming the biggest Hellboy fan
Yeah.
out of all of us. And I got the comics. I even got just the straight up novels that they wrote. Like not even not even graphic novels. You just got to read the text and you're in Hellboy's world. And I have all the video games that I know
I
of.
didn't know they made Hellboy video games.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a good reason why. There's a good reason why. But the best video game he's in is Injustice 2.
Oh, okay.
And he's a playable character and he's really hard to use and he's clunky, but that game overall is fun. But I still haven't watched the reboot film. I'm scared because you said it's not good.
Yeah, with Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Not with Ron Perlman. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
David Harbour is in it.
Yeah, David Harper, the guy who played Red
Yeah.
Who was a fantastic actor, and it's like I own it. I own the movie because the Blu-ray is on clearance.
I'll let you know right now.
Yeah.
I'll let you know right now. When I saw that it was the actor, I can't remember his name, but when I saw that it was him, I was like, that guy can do a Hellboy. And I watched it. I watched it, and it's true. He can do a Hellboy. But whoever wrote that script should be taken outside, man. It's so bad.
Yeah, I will watch it eventually. But yeah, to answer your question, which is a great question, man, I would love to go into that a little bit deeper. But I've become a Hellboy fan after seeing the movie initially, and probably gave the same review you did for Black Widow, and said, "Oh yeah, it's fun," and then went back and went, "This is one of my favorite movies of all time." Number 1 and
Yeah.
number 2 are really great films. The video games, Tomas, I'll let you borrow one. I have it on PS3.
All right.
I don't want it back
No.
because I have
That's your problem now.
I have multiple copies. I have it on 360 as well. It's co-op. It is co-op, so you and Imogen
maybe
cool.
me and
could,
Imogen can enjoy it. Yeah.
yeah, you gotta knuckle down. It's like that game, Science of Evil. It is it's okay. It's like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
All right.
If you really want to get through it, you can honestly have it.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, like I was saying with the Black Widow, and it really just, I haven't really been bummed out of that character's out of the, dead until like I started obsessing about this movie. So it's kind of it's rehashing like this weird disappointment from Endgame that I didn't even know was a disappointment because I didn't really care about her before that. No offense, she was fine, but she was always this side character that was just the other Avenger.
Yeah.
She never really did a whole lot in the movies until she got her own movie.
Yeah, to me, she was just like, there's her and there's Hawkeye. They're there.
Yeah.
But
I thought they did pretty good with her in that Captain movie. I can't remember which Captain.
Winter Soldier or Civil War.
It might have been Civil War. Whenever she and Cap became closer as friends.
Yeah,
I thought that's when I kind of started caring.
I think it was Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War's the one.
I cared about her, but never as much. Not as much now. That's kind of a good one to compare it to. I would compare that one to Civil War, because Civil War I remember really liking, but I liked it right away though. So I guess not Civil War, Winter Soldier. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, Winter Soldier. I remember liking that one right away. Civil War is good too, but I remember really liking Winter Soldier. Yeah, because anyways, but that was a good topic. We want to sit more on that, but we're gonna move on to our Loki spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled by Loki, you can leave and come next week, or go watch it and come back, whatever you want to do. But
there you go.
If you don't want to be spoiled,
options. Give the people options. Why don't you?
So we'll start right now. Okay, so what did you guys think about it in total? Like what were some highlights and some fun stuff that you got in Loki that you just really want to get off your chest?
Like, so
Toss, you're the one who smashed it in. So why don't you go first?
Yeah, I wanted to get this off my chest because I accidentally already started getting it on my chest earlier. I wasn't very interested in it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I would have, if someone had said you should watch Loki because it's fun to watch, I would have completely agreed. You know what I mean? It's fun to watch. But at the end, dude, when they introduced the main villain and he gave them that conundrum, I was like, oh, it's a Thanos. It's so good. It's such a good villain. It is such a good villain. And I was just like, oh my word, it's a Thanos. It's a great villain. And now he's gone. I'm like, oh, come on.
But is he?
No.
His last words.
Yeah, there's 100
that was the whole
million
concept, right? Yeah, because there's different ones for different multiverses.
But to go on your point, you're right, because it was like, okay, I want to see more of that guy. He's very fun to watch, and the choice he gave them was just annoying.
Oh,
like that's the choice you give them, and then it just cuts away, and it's like, oh, so we have to wait another year till the next season.
But I will also say, Tom Hiddleston, how do you say his last name?
I like Higgleton. No, it's Hiddleston.
Hiddleston. So him, like, I really liked seeing. I know people have always said, like, oh, he's a good Loki. He does a good job portraying the role. And I wouldn't disagree with them, but I was never like, oh, he's iconic for the role, But man, when I saw him like sitting there thinking, you could literally, for me, I could literally see Loki like going, oh, he actually has a really good point. This might not work out. I could see it working through his mind.
Yeah.
So
I love the progression he made.
Yeah.
As a character, I mentioned that earlier, but like they definitely transformed him, which gave gives so much more opening and room, I'm sure, as an actor and as a storyline to be like, okay, where is this character going to go now? The interesting thing is, though, like, is he going to be part of the Marvel Universe anymore, or is this just going to be his own sideshow? Because in that universe, and this is where it's just going to get muddled up, right? So he's already died. Thanos killed him, but now is it this weird X-Files thing or multiverse thing? And it's like it's already muddled up for sure.
So here's kind of my hope, and Alan, I'll make this as quick as possible. Here's kind of my hope that when Doctor Strange comes out and the Infinite Madness or whatever, when that comes out, I'm really hoping that they make it one central timeline again. But here's what my concern is, and it's kind of where you're coming from, Kyle. I'm concerned that they're going to turn it into one central timeline, but then they're going to bring back Natasha. They're going to bring back Loki. They're going to bring back Gamora. They're going to bring back all these people they killed and go, well, yeah, but they're just a different version. They're going to start doing that. And that's my concern, is death's going to start feeling really inconsequential.
Are you telling me that comic book movies are going to comic book? Is that what you're afraid of?
Yeah, I'm terrified of it.
I wouldn't like that either, unless it's like a cameo.
Yeah, I could do that.
That would be fine, but I'd be kind of annoyed because it definitely.
I mean, they already did it with Gamora, right? They've already done it with Gamora, because Gamora did technically die and then came back as the future one or whatever, right?
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that. She does come back because she's on the shit. You're right. Yeah, so they already did kind of bring her back. You're right.
Not kind of. They did bring her back.
They fully did it. Yeah.
She's back,
but what about the big one? What about Tony Stark, Iron Man?
Oh, see, I
feel like
we totally undermined everything.
Here's the big difference. Bring him back. In my opinion, here's the difference. They don't want these big people. They've already said that they do not want to do any more multi-film contracts.
Yeah.
Like, they're already done with multi-film contracts.
Yeah.
They don't want any huge names anymore. So
you know why?
These people,
sorry,
because they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're expensive. They're very expensive, and they don't. And also the characters they're trying to utilize, they're gambling on, because they're not sure if they're going to make the big numbers because people don't know them as much, like Marvel and things like that. So they're not going to do a lot. So I don't think that's going to happen. I know Scarlett Johansson basically said that this Black Widow movie was going to be this is basically the best Black Widow thing and the good ending for Black Widow, which is fine. I liked it and everything, but I was completely fine with it staying there. So I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying it won't, though, because it could. Because, like I said, they are comic book movies, and they could totally comic book. But we'll see. But I agree. I also agree with both of you. I don't want that to happen either, for the simple fact that it does kind of remove the sense of urgency or danger.
Yeah,
people could just come back.
And it also,
I mean, if Black Widow came back, for instance, that would completely destroy her sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what was the point?
Yeah, it destroys it. It's one of the things that has always been my biggest gripe.
Tony Stark, probably bigger than you just said. Go ahead, Tomas.
No, it's always kind of been my biggest gripe with stories. And, like, for example, Tolkien is, if you're gonna have the courage to kill your character, kill him, man. Just kill him. Like, I love Gandalf and everything, and I was so sad when he died, but then when he comes back, I'm just kind of like,
wasn't he like metaphorical though?
Yeah, but still at the same time, and it gets the same way with comic books. When they die and come back, I'm just kind of like, Superman sacrifices himself and he dies, and you're like, well, who cares? He's coming back next week.
Superman and Captain America, for that matter, too. It's like, keep bringing them.
I remember when Captain America died. That was a big deal. Like, I was even a huge comic book reader, but I got back into comics when that was happening. And I was like, holy shit, this is nuts. But I did have that in the back of my head that I was like, he's probably going to be back eventually.
Yeah. Cool. That's the thing. Like, do you have the guts to make it stick anymore?
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
sure there's probably a couple that we could think of. But going back to the Loki show,
Yeah. Back to Loki show.
whatever comes of the multiverse, I have faith. They've done it well so far.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. So going on to like the things I'm hopeful for, it was really like a very emotional show too. Like I said, like it focused on Loki, right? And he changed, he transformed, and when he met all the other Lokis, that was such a fun episode.
that was a good one.
That was the peak of the show, right? Like they definitely went to the apex there. And he met the classic Loki. If you had subtitles on, it just straight up said classic Loki, which was like hilarious.
Yeah.
And the alligator Loki, or
I loved
whatever.
alligator Loki. He was the
Just
best.
so it was very fun to see that and be like, okay, and they had the old school costume, the classic one.
Yeah,
but
that was really cool. Yeah,
he even the original Loki, our Loki, I guess, inspired classic Loki to sacrifice himself so that they could get into the smoke monster, who was just a guy that had all this set up. Which, as cool as he was, again, was a little underwhelming. Going back to my point of like, they did it really well though, right? So they had the conflict of the girl Loki, or Sylphie, and Loki. My gosh, it's so confusing. There's so many Lokis. I did like Owens Wilson's line when he did get into that abyss, or he's like, you throw a rock, you hit a Loki.
Throw a rock in here, you can hit Loki.
And that was good.
That's clever. Yeah.
But just the guy. It's just the human guy that knew everything, and even said that he would be back, right? Because this would all happen again, because it already did happen. So,
was anyone disappointed that they weren't space lizards?
Who?
The keepers of time. I kind of wanted them to be space lizards. I kind of wanted there to be like a space lizard that walked out at the end.
The robots, right?
Yeah.
That they killed. Yeah,
but I wanted like a real one to walk out at the end. Like, I was the one that survived.
Yeah, that was a nice little twist.
Yeah,
because I thought it was gonna play into some of the stuff that Marvel has done before with the Watchers and all that, but no, it didn't, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I did. Yes, Tomas, I did.
Yeah, even though it ended up being Kang, I guess, is technically who it's supposed to be.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. So even though it's supposed to be that, and I know it wouldn't happen, but like in the back of my head, I was like, are they gonna say it's Stan Lee? Because that would actually be hilarious. on so many levels.
That would have been funny. It's true.
Obviously, I don't think it mattered. I don't think they could have done it unless they just really pre-planned it.
Yeah.
But it would have been hilarious. But I think I did come into the show expecting something else too, but that doesn't really matter here nor there. I kind of wanted it to be more like a time travel, time cop thing, and they didn't really do that.
They started that way.
Yeah. But I did really like that Loki era, like you guys said. That was really cool. I did that whole apocalyptic area was really cool.
Yeah.
I did like when they were going to all the different apocalypse areas, like the one on the other planet and things like that. I thought that was really fun.
That was such a good scene too. When the spaceship he's like, they're making a charge for the spaceship. He's like, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, this season threw you for a loop, and then when they got to the timekeepers, it was just like you knew something was up, right? Like, it was too easy, but even that kind of threw me for a loop. Like, oh, it wasn't really them. But like, I think what you're trying to say, Tomas, too, about the lizard people. Like, I think we wanted to see the comic book Kang.
Yeah.
Where guns ablazing kind of guy. Like, I'm traveling, and that's probably who's going to be in season 2.
That's going to be the Conqueror that comes out. Yeah, that's going to be who it is.
Yeah, King the Conqueror.
So how do you think Sylvie's going to play into it though? Because I don't remember there being Sylvie involved with Kang and everything like that.
Oh, that'll be their own twist then, I guess.
Yeah.
Or she's
they gotta do their own thing. Yeah,
she's a multiverse Loki though, so it's whatever that Loki decides to do. She is Loki, but she hates that name, right?
Yeah, but she's also now in
Yeah.
charge of what he left behind.
Yeah, and it could go either way, right? So she betrayed Loki
Yeah.
to fulfill her desires,
Mm.
while the other Loki actually changed and said, "I'm not going to go down that path because
Yeah.
I have changed as a character, and I believe what this guy's saying is true. There's got to be a different option." And so it could go either way. She could just be a renegade again. So they, and that's kind of the annoying thing again. They left that open to where it's like, oh, so they could either cut her out, she could be part of the villainry, or they could just continue to grow her as a character. Like maybe her contract's up, and they go, she's not really part of the show anymore.
Yeah.
She died with the new king came into power or whatever. It's like, okay. But yeah, one of the saddest parts too at the end was when he went up to.
Oh yeah.
When he went up to the Owen Wilson and they didn't know who he was.
That was such a good twist, though.
That one caught me most off guard, right? Yeah,
that one surprised me the most because, like, when he's walking up to him, I was like, okay, now they're gonna get together. We're gonna have an alliance against it. Oh wait, no.
Oh, yeah.
Time change. Yeah,
yeah.
That was interesting. Did you guys stick around for the after credit scene?
So I looked at that one. I didn't see an after credits on that one. I swore I sat through the whole thing. Well, tell me it. Tell me it.
It was short.
Yeah, it just said Loki will return in season 2.
Oh,
you probably did see it.
I probably did see it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was funny though, because it's the last 2 episodes. I think it was the last 3, where one of them had a secret ending at the end where you see the 3 Lokis, and then the next episode just shows that in the part of the episode. I was like, oh, okay, so you didn't really need to see that.
Well, I told Imogen. So when they killed Loki, right? Her and I kind of like looked at each other. And we were like, oh my word, they did it! They really killed him. And then, like, you just wait for the end credits and they show him, and I was like, oh, you should have waited to save that for the next episode and just left us in suspense for a week.
I don't know,
man. They should have.
I watched it with my family, right?
You think they would have? You think there would have been riots?
No, my wife said she was done when they killed him. I was like, I watch it for that show. If I watch it for him, if he's not in it, I'm not going to watch it.
Oh,
and I was like, all right.
Well, see, they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
they did.
So
they knew what
after credit scene happened, and so she was more happy.
That's a good point. I bet other people might have. I mean, that's funny. Also, by the way, I think other people probably would have said like, "Oh, that's the end of the show," right?
Yeah.
They would have just thought that was it, and then not tuned back in.
Yeah, it's
just
true.
Look how many people left when they killed off one of the characters on Walking Dead. I can't remember what his name is right now, but
all of
they
them?
killed him off. I know, but there was a specific one. I remember that's when we stopped watching. I can't remember his name right now, but basically, as soon as he was killed, it was like at the end of a season.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew a lot of people who just stopped watching right there. Like, they're okay, well, I'm not watching anymore.
And
that's why I always thought that show was weird. I
I
always thought that show was weird because I was like, in my head, there were certain characters they couldn't kill. And I guess they proved me wrong by killing that character. But obviously, that's exactly why there's certain characters you can't kill.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
that was a good way to end an episode.
It's a fake out.
So here's my question though. Do you think the kid Loki really killed Thor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it did. Because they were stuck in that place for who knows how long. Yeah. They had no reason to lie anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like all the other Lokis did. That was so funny. Anyways.
And just the other just with the way Loki, the main Loki, our Loki, reacted when he said that too. You could tell that Loki had thought about it before, or had almost done it, or thought about doing it, or you know what I mean, when he was growing up, and like then he realizes like, oh crap, that's what.
Yeah, that's where I could
have killed him. Yeah,
that was me
if I did that.
Yeah.
But then he wouldn't have been friends with his brother or whatever.
It's interesting too that it was just the Lokis that were. that were trapped in that
It's like
place.
he said, the Lokis are survivors.
They survive. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
survivors.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So there could be other superheroes that were brought there that just didn't make it.
that just didn't make
They
it.
didn't make
yeah.
it. I did love the little cameo with Thor though. That was I saw it and I had to rewind it for my family because it's like
yeah.
he's right there. Look at him.
I saw it in one of the spoilers online, but yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah, I saw it online. I saw a spoiler for it as well, but whenever I think of that, the frog Thor, I always think about HeroClix because
yeah,
that was like the time when that character came out was the online game that didn't last very long, but I remember that one being all over the place. But yeah, I don't know anything else you guys can think of the show. I think we kind of covered most of what.
Yeah, I think we
like
hit kind of a lot of the things.
I will say it was probably my favorite out of the three.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
I really enjoyed the pacing and the focus on the character on this one. And
yeah,
so for me now it's Loki, Wanda, and then Falcon, and they're all top tier, all top tier shows worth a watch.
Yeah, for me, it would probably go Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, Wanda. Was probably the way I liked it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess if I was gonna rate them, I'd probably go Falcon, Wanda, and then this one.
Loki. This one's your least favorite.
We're all over them. Yeah, I guess we're all over the map here. I feel that I have a hard time switching Falcon and Wanda because I think they're both about equal in my opinion, but this one kind of is just a little bit under them.
I absolutely loved the pace of Falcon Winter Soldier, but I love those type of movies.
Yeah, so. That was definitely so fast paced. Yeah. I went back and checked. Wanda had 9 episodes.
Yeah,
and the other ones were 6. So
a lot of them were half episodes though. They were only like because a couple of the beginning ones were only like 20 something minutes long because they're trying to imitate the sitcom.
That's true.
So,
but still,
I think it was longer overall.
That one definitely they drew it out more, and maybe it didn't work. But I like that more, right? Where it's just like, what was that? That episode had nothing happened in it.
Yeah,
you know, that first episode of Wanda, like nothing happened.
Yeah. I also got like a new X-Men theory every week. It felt like
that was great. That was great.
That was the best part of it for me.
They shot them all down.
Yeah, just one by one, just destroying my dreams. I still love it though. All right, well, I think that's it for our Loki talk. Maybe we can get a Black Widow talk eventually, but until then,
slide me that Disney, the Premier Access, slide me that password, and I'll just watch it at home. I don't care anymore. Yeah.
All right, I'll see if that's okay. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. So check out next week. Later.
Bye. Oh, Kyle, Jack. Bye.